up, guys? Call this video Stumps Under a Fence. Yeah, we wound up digging some stumps, and they're directly under a brand new fence. So kind of exciting and full of terror at the same time for the operator. And I found a big pine stump right here when I was actually going across this part of the field. This whole project's already been kind of picked around one time like this, but it had been mowed down, and there's a lot of palmettos and stuff in here, and we've actually had a guy come in here and do some stump grinding too. And you know how that is. It's hard to get them low enough, especially when there's a bunch of them and you got chips everywhere. So no big deal. He did his best. He actually did really good, but there's a few of them that's still sticking up. This is one of them. I could feel it under the tracks when I went across it, so I backed up. You really couldn't see it, so I backed up and positioned on it, and we're going to get this thing out of the ground. It's a pretty good size little pine stump. Trying to we're digging a little different here. It's like minimal mess type scenario here, just because this is getting close to him planting grass on it. We're just trying to fine tune it where they can cut it with a mower and all. But you see how I'm not digging a huge hole. I'm just kind of doing what I got to do here and trying to ease this thing out. So okay, right here you see me stick that stump with these tiger teeth. We got the little twin tigers on this machine too. See how I've got it? I just spiked it. So what that does, that allows me to dig a bigger stump with a smaller machine. And the reason why is with a traditional tooth or a dull tooth or a flat bucket, whatever you got, cutter blade, sand blade, whatever they call it, you actually have to like pull that thing into the stump and hold a lot of pressure on the stump to get it to bite. Well, when you do that, it bites the stump into the dirt bank on the the opposite side of the blade, and you actually pull into the bank, and you wind up pulling on the dirt just about as much as you do the stump. So the benefit to the twin tigers or a regular even tiger tooth or anything you get to hang in that stump is you stick that stump and then you pull straight up, so you don't have any wasted pulling in towards the machine and binding that stump into the bank. It's all usable up force. And some people will get what I'm saying. If you've dug a bunch of stumps, you'll probably get it. Some people it won't make no sense to, but if you try these teeth, and especially if you've dug stumps with the regular teeth, it would be very obvious what I'm talking about, and some people already know it. But so we're enjoying our new undercarriage. We just got done putting all that on. This is the second job it's been on since then, third job, but no, second job. But anyways, it's been wonderful. Like, the little machine is just so much better to run. We don't have to worry about throwing the track off all the time. So we got new chains, new bottom rollers, new sprockets, a new top roller, all new bolts in the pads. The pads are used. We put the same pads back on it, but kind of hard to wear the pads out. And we wound up going back with OEM Volvo stuff. Believe it or not, we actually got a better deal on that than we could get on the aftermarket. And so this machine here is kind of I don't know. It's kind of rare. It's got a 24-inch steel pad. And it's it's a 88, so it's 8.8 metric tons. So it normally would have, a machine this size would have a rubber track on it, but we're real happy that it doesn't. We can work in a lot of wet places. Really stands up really well. So here's the first stump under the fence, and the camera's on top of the fence, and it's dead center of the post. So the fence wire's actually a little further over than the camera, so it doesn't look maybe like it's directly under it, but it is. That stump's directly under that fence. The tree stub maybe not so much, but so here I'm pulling it up, and I'm having to watch that bottom strand, and that's basically when you got something you're trying not to tear up, you don't watch what you're doing digging wise with the bucket. You watch the thing you don't want to tear up. That's the trick here. So I'm actually watching the fence wire I'm actually watching it like a guitar string. Any kind of movement on that fence wire, and I know that I'm about to mess up. So I just slow my movements down in a situation like this, and really watch. So another place that'll get you is your boom, or your thumb in this case will get the top strand. So like right here, there's a couple times right here I touched it and I had to reposition. So I'm coming over the fence, and kind of just poking that thing back through, doing the best I can. And I actually got a power line over me too. It's pretty high, but it's definitely doable. I could definitely get into it if I'm really messing up. So yeah, I'm actually poking the bucket under the 5 strands of barbed wire and trying to get this thing out of here. Really trying not to mess up the fence, and I guess you have to watch to the end to see if my luck holds out on all these stumps. I know I'm operating it real slow, but that's what you got to do when you're doing this stuff, because then the roots will have themselves attached in places sometimes that you wouldn't think. So you gotta move everything real slow, or you wind up tearing the man's fence down. Pretty much the gist of it. But I actually had a ball doing this. It was kind of challenging, and that was a welcome change. I really enjoyed pulling on these stumps. It was a little stressful. I'm trying to patch the hole back best I can, because this right here will be hand raked, most likely up in this corner. I'll get somebody over there to rake. So I'm trying to get it as close as I can. That way, might as well cut out as much physical labor as we can while we're there. That's what we try to do. Just kind of poking that stuff around and finding where it's happiest. Reaching back over the fence, and we're going to kind of pull some of that in. That way the lawnmower is not falling in a hole when it comes by. Trying to settle it all down. On to the next one, see if we can get lucky again. Hopefully so. So this one's a little bit further out from under the fence, maybe. It's not much though. It's still under the fence. I really wish that camera was on a little bit more to the right, because you could actually tell a lot more. It is under the fence. It just doesn't look like it's in the same way. Here you can see there when I was talking about the thumb. See how close the thumb is to that top strand. So it gives you some more stuff you got to watch. Trying to cut all there again. I'm easing the bucket in and see if I can get a bite on the whole fence down. Seeing if I can see any movement out of the stump. I'm pretty sure they're trying to stay off of that wrapping around the pole on here, or the fence post. We'll find out in just a second. Yeah, that's going to be the one. That post right there. That stump has grown all the way around that post that we're looking at. And this is actually probably the most challenging one to get out because of that. Alright, so I got it. We're doing some good now. We've got a lot of it out from under the fence here. We're starting to make some progress, and right about now is when I'm starting to see that it is wrapped all around that post. Yeah, see it pulling on the post, pulling on the wire. That's about as much as I can get away with. So I'll show you what I did to fix this problem in just a second. So basically, the only thing that'll fix that is a reposition. Okay, here's the reposition. So what we're going to do, because since it's a lot more controlled to pull it away from it like this, versus where I was sitting before when I was trying to kind of push it away. Now I'm going to get my teeth in it. I'm going to pull it away. And that takes the thumb out of the equation. The tractor definitely pulls better than it pushes, so I have more control because it got more power. So I'm giving it some quick jerks, trying to see if it's going to happen or not. And that's when they're bound up like that, you got to give them little quick jerks, but you don't want to go far. You don't want to just tear it, because it'll just pull the whole world down. We wound up getting that one out. We moved the post a little, but not too bad. And I'll kind of pack back around it in a second. We're going to clean this up. get ready to go. Got lucky again. Sometimes it's just better to have that luck on your side. Alright, here we go. Got another one. These are small, but they're on the other side of the fence. You can actually tell on the camera they're actually across the fence from me. But we're gonna try to make it happen again. See what we can do here. Hate to tell the man no. We're reaching. We're stretching it right here. Made me a place there and broke the roots on this side. Sometimes you just got to think outside the box. Let's see if we can get this thing out here. We're just going to start on the back side since that's the side they're on. Luckily there wasn't too much to them as far as being grown in, so that always helps. See me touch the top wire right there? I just touched that top wire. That's because of the angle I'm at. If I'd have walked it forward a little bit, I could have squared up with it some, and I wouldn't even have really been close to that top wire. But, you know, I didn't tear it up at that point. Yeah, I just touched it again. So, no harm at this point. There, I'm all on it again, see? But I'm watching it. But really, that would be the only way to avoid it, is walk forward and square my boom up. Now the thumb's trying to get in that bottom wire. I'm trying to avoid that. I think I actually touch it right here. I've got to think outside the box. I'm attempting to pull it back. Yeah, see it shake the wire. Attempting to pull it out from the opposite side of the fence. This was very challenging, but it was a lot of fun, I have to say. That's aggravating when that breaks apart. These old sandy soil stumps, they'll do that. I would imagine this was a few little live oaks. I didn't see the tree, so I'm not sure. Yep, just touched the fence again. Oh, there she is. So here again, your instinct is just rip it out, but you don't want to do that because you never know. All it takes is one root holding somewhere and it'll just tear all kinds of stuff up. So you'll always see me on something like this. I'm real slow with it, but it's a whole lot quicker to go slow with your digging and not have to fix a man's fence. And the PR is better too. So we pulled that one over the fence. Patching the hole back. Yeah, so I didn't get the camera. When I was looking in the face of the camera, I guess I was looking at the other one. I thought I had the camera on it, but you can see here I didn't have the camera on the stump. Sorry, guys. So I just sped this one up. We'll get through it. But it wasn't too technical. I did have a guide wire right next to me, but it wasn't too bad to get out. It wasn't completely under the fence like the other ones. So the one right there in front of me, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it the way it's in there. Right up against the power lines. Wood fence, barbed wire fence, and a guide wire. Got it tied in here. Probably gonna have to let this one go because it's definitely probably gonna tear the fence up. It might not. I don't know. We might try it. And I got to get over here in this corner and get another little piece here. Yeah, we're going to have to let that one go. Because those braces, these braces here are bracing that gate post, so I'm not going to mess with that one. I'll just have to saw it off. I'm going to take this stuff out with me and put it in a pile, one of the other piles that I got. Try to save these guys a few steps picking it up. I'm going to put it in the pile. Maybe they can get it with a grapple then, instead of leaving it over here by itself. So that's the little corner, and that's that fence line we've been working. Just those stumps in that fence line. And then we're going over this field here. We done been over it one time, but we're going back over it, and we're like spot picking stumps and palmettos. That's this morning. That's what we got done.